What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jacob Lee Taylor here for you once again. Before we get into the videos today, I just want to say a massive thank you for all the views and subscriptions that I've got recently. My Slipknot video and my Alexis on Fire video really have exploded. A lot of people have seen them, and it still amazes me that all you people want to take time out of your day to listen to me talk about heavy metal. Thank you all so much. I really do mean that. You guys are the reasons that I'm able to continue doing this, despite the fact that I only do this for fun. Anyway, enough of all that. Today we are going to be talking about possibly the second best thrash band ever, Megadeth. For anyone who isn't in the know, Megadeth were formed in 1983 by the former guitarist of Metallica, Dave Mustaine. If you're unfamiliar with Metallica's history, I have a video on their first gig, link in the description. To date they have released 15 studio albums, 6 live albums and 7 compilation albums, and their latest album, The Sick, The Dying and The Dead, should be available on the 8th of July, everything going smoothly, and Dave Mustaine has gone on record saying that new music will be available to radio any day now, which means that by the time this is uploaded, it will probably be available. The new single is called Killing Time, and Dave Mustaine has had to go on record saying that it's called Killing Time as in wasting time, not killing time as in time to kill things. The album will feature covers of the Dead Kennedys' Police Truck and This Planet Is on Fire by Sammy Hagar, with old Sammy Hagar himself on vocal duties. The album will feature bass by Steve DiGiorgio of Testament after original bass player David Ellefson was fired in May 2021. Ellefson was fired after it was revealed that he was sending sexual text messages to a woman who wasn't Mrs. David Ellefson. A video also emerged of him online performing a sexual act upon himself. There were allegations that the woman involved in these text messages was underage and that David Ellefson was grooming her, but these were all proven false. Dave Mustaine himself is no stranger to controversy though. I could probably make a full video on Dave Mustaine controversies, so I'll just give you the highlights. Firstly, in the year 1988, God, 1988 were a good year. Not only was it the year I was born, it was also the year of the first Bill and Ted film. Now I think about it, the first time I actually heard Megadeth's music was the second Bill and Ted film. The song Go to Hell was featured in that. I used to watch that film a lot when I was young. God, I remember this time I was doing karate. I think I was going from green belt to blue belt or something like that. And my dad, as a gift, bought me a pair of like the Bill and Ted trainers that they wore in the film. Anyway, in 1988, Dave Mustaine told journalist Roy Wilkinson, and I quote, "We should build a great wall along the Mexican border and not let anybody in." Now this is controversial, even though I 100% disagree with this. Also in 1988, God, you were busy in 1988, weren't you, Dave? Dave Mustaine was playing a gig in Northern Ireland and dedicated one of the songs to The Cause, afterwards saying that he did not know that this was a euphemism for supporting the Irish Republican Army. The gig ended in a riot because of the mixed Catholic and Protestant audience, and the band had to be driven back to Dublin in a bulletproof bus. Around 2004, Dave Mustaine, again getting involved with politics, became very critical of the Democratic Party, despite in 1992 hosting the Democratic Party convention for MTV. He went on record saying that John Kennedy would ruin America and that Barack Obama was born outside of the United States. I'm pretty sure he was born in Hawaii, Dave, which last time I checked was very much part of the United States. He also said that Barack Obama staged shootings in Aurora, Colorado and a Sikh temple in Wisconsin in order to push a gun control agenda. Here's an idea for you. If you want gun control in America, what you need to do is give every convicted felon a free assault rifle. See how quickly you get gun control then. He also said that he thought with the current political climate, America was turning into a Nazi state. I don't even like saying that word. When confronted about these statements in interviews, he has simply said that these comments were made in the heat of the moment. Dave, what moment? No one surprised you with questions about your political allegiance. You was at a gig. You had an audience of thousands waiting for you to play songs. That's what they paid to see. And instead you decided to talk about politics. You could have just played Symphony of Destruction and everything would have been fine. But oh no. You chose to start talking about your political agenda. There was no heat at the moment, mate, was there? As far as the music goes, you can really tell that this band was formed basically to be louder, heavier and faster than Metallica. It is balls to the wall thrash. Fast, intense and aggressive. All of the old thrash metal tropes are there in absolute full force. Double bass patterns, power chords, the harsh, snarling vocals, the fast, tight, alternate picking riffs, the screeching leads. But it's also far more complex and technical than a lot of other thrash bands out there. Dave Mustaine himself developed something called the spider chord pattern, which is a way of streamlining your finger position and movement when playing power chords in order to reduce string buzz. The music has been pretty consistent throughout their career. They've sort of stuck to the thrash formula, which cannot be said for a lot of other thrash bands. But apart from the music and Dave Mustaine's larger-than-life persona, there have been other things that have kept this band commercially successful for so many years. Also, another big thing for Megadeth is their album covers. I remember once when I was young, I must have been about 7 or 8 years old, I was in a record shop in my hometown with my dad, and on the wall there was a huge poster for the Megadeth album Countdown to Extinction. I remember this album cover really sticking with me, despite the fact that this wasn't the first time that I've been introduced to heavy metal or horror elements. One of my earliest memories is watching a man get his head tattooed by my uncle, who was called Buzzard. Despite the fact that I was exposed to these elements at quite a young age, it was still quite shocking to see an album cover like that. Another thing that I think has pulled a lot of people in is their mascot, Vic Rattlehead. Vic Rattlehead is the band's mascot and was used a lot on the first 4 albums: Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, Peace Sells But Who's Buying, So Far So Good, So What, and Rust in Peace. After this, they took him away for a little bit and then they brought him back, but he has never left Megadeth's merchandise. Like I said, the album will be available on the 8th of July, and there is a very good chance that the new song Killing Time will be available by the time this video is uploaded. If you fancy it, give it a listen, and if you haven't listened to Megadeth before and you're into thrash, well worth a listen. They are actually really good. They're just not Metallica, are they? Not much more to be said apart from this. Thank you so much for all the views and subscribes that I've got recently. Absolutely blows my mind that you people actually want to listen to me sat here talking about heavy metal. Again, sorry about the lack of videos recently, but as I've said before, full-time job, girlfriend, real life. Unfortunately, these sort of things get in the way a little bit. Look out for new content, like, subscribe, and listen to heavy metal.